I'm Jayceon, and sitting next to me is Jesus.
Hi.
Today, we are interviewing Lucas and Jett about filmmaking. Hello, and just introduce yourselves. See,
Hello, I'm Jett Zoylan. I'm the director of our capstone project, The Trappist.
Hi, I'm Lucas. I'm the editor of the capstone project, Acting Out.
Okay, so you said capstone project. Would one of you like to further our knowledge on what the capstone project is?
Yeah, we could do that.
Where'd you go?
I think this is kind of a question that you could answer.
Okay. So the capstone project is the end of the year junior thesis film. So just how like seniors have their end of the year thesis film where they make a giant story and they come together as groups and just make a film. The juniors do the exact same thing, only this time we're given a specific prompt to follow. So this time we were focused on the prompt of transcendentalism, which there's multiple ways to look at it, but it's more a focus on like breaking out of like the normal and a whole bunch of other just little things to do with it. But most of the films that we all have, I believe, are based around that idea of just breaking out of some kind of normal.
Huh. Okay. You got anything to say? You look like you was about to start talking.
Well, for my project at least, we have an astronaut who has to restore another planet because Earth is dying. So
like
I guess
some Mars stuff. Yeah,
some sci-fi. So I guess we have to like really encourage that breaking out of the norm theme, which we can see while he.
So transcendentalism. I said it right?
Yeah, you did.
It's just breaking out of the norm.
That's part of it, yeah.
Essentially, you transcend out of your.
Right.
Yeah.
So what would be considered normal and not normal?
So sometimes you can create a norm. So it's not going to be produced as a film. It was my idea when we were presenting. But my idea was create a normal of being isolated from society. So instead of actually like picking a normal from real life, you can create a normal and then have your main character break away from that.
Okay.
So there's different ways to approach it.
Okay. I think I'm starting to get the little gist of it. Okay. So yours is about a Martian or a space astronaut, trying to restore a planet so that it can become habitable for humans.
Yes, because Earth in that world, the norm is Earth is dying, so he has to break out of that and restore another planet.
Okay, I like that. Yeah. And it's called
Trappist.
All right, talk about your crew. Talk about the whole film. Break it down.
Our crew's great. I'm the director. We also have our producer, Kyra Soto. She's really good at producing. We also have our scriptwriter and sound designer, Philip Alvarez. He's great at that. Who else do we have? I forgot everyone who was on my team.
Oh, man.
That's
bad.
Ethan.
We have Ethan.
Yeah,
Ethan. We have Ethan Diaz de Leon. He's an amazing editor, amazing slate. We have Jayla Parker, our cinematographer. She's great at that. What else we have? We have Adrian Bernardino, and we got Diane DeRamos, the GOAT.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I seen your Instagram account of the Trappist. Some of the locations you guys are choosing, they're actually real nice for the concept. I like it. It looks nice. And the spacesuit?
The spacesuit. That's all Philip. That's all Philip.
Wait, hold on. Explain the everything about the spacesuit.
Spacesuit. It's honest. It's actually we pitched in to buy this astronaut suit, and then Philip bought a motorcycle helmet, and it doesn't look really astronaut, but he added a whole bunch, designed it, and now it looks more spacey. So you got to give props to Philip for that.
It looks very spacey.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. That was so cool. All right, on to Lucas. What is your film?
So my film is called Acting Out. I am working with Leslie Rivera, Janie Sperry, Sarah Marquez. We have Serenity Gomez, I believe, as a cinematographer, and Valea Hall as our audio person.
Okay.
And our film is based around two guys that are trying to go for the same girl. So they're the stereotypical nerds of early 2000s. Have you ever seen Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Right.
And they're both trying to go for this same girl. So they see she's hanging out with the cool guy, so they try and dress up as punks. They wear leather jackets and they start acting bad. They're the bad kids pretty much. So what ends up happening is they try and fight over her, but then one of them only one can get her. So they fight over that and then realize, why are we fighting over this girl? And that's where it ends.
So the transcendentalism in this film is
friendship.
Okay, cool.
It's more of a just people coming together. You're both fighting over the same idea when you really shouldn't be. So the true thing you should really believe in is just friendship.
That's actually that's a nice little message. I like that.
Yeah,
That's actually so tough because, man, the world could use that.
Yeah.
America specifically could use that, man.
Yep.
All right. Jesus.
Yeah?
You are also in this class.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about it, man. What do you do?
I am the primary editor of my film, Last Avenue. We have Santiago Villegas as our director, and we got. I know everybody. It's just like
I can name them all.
you can name them all, cause
Yeah.
hey, you're in the film, you're main actor, guys.
I be trying.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we got Noah Caskia, cinematographer Bryce Hall. No, why you say Bryce Hall immediately?
Bryce Hall is crazy.
It's gonna kill me, dude. No, Bryce Powers as audio. Christian Macedo is like pretty much our PA, our main PA. Stormy, I forgot her last. I don't know about her last name, but I think it's like Stormy Angel or something like that. But yeah, Stormy, she's our producer along with Melanie Monter. They're both like pretty good like producers.
Pretty solid.
Yeah. Am I missing any? I think that's everybody, right?
You said Noah, Santi,
Bryce, Christian. I said Christian.
Melanie, Stormy.
That's it.
That's
That's
it.
That's it.
Yeah. So our main film is pretty much this guy getting beaten up and stuff. I'm being so serious. I haven't even read the script like thoroughly, dude. I've read it like once. I'm like, okay.
I know my fair share about it.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
What would the transcendentalism be in that one?
Transcendentalism, like whatever the word is.
Yeah, that's why I gotta slow it down.
Pretty much is him getting like beaten up, and him
he's
used to being like put down,
right.
And this is his chance to like stand up for himself, you know.
Oh,
so the film. So we're about to finish production. This as of recording May 1st, 2025. We're about to finish production this weekend, and it's our like biggest shoot ever.
I'm stressed, but I did get those people.
Yeah,
so
you got
two of them. Well, you got Joey.
I haven't asked Joey yet.
Oh, you haven't?
I'm gonna ask Joey and
I should have asked
Channing.
Joey.
I'm gonna ask Joey and Channing today.
Because Miles said yes. I asked Chewy. He said he was gonna see, but yeah, I didn't ask Jerry. I'm not gonna lie.
Jerry's too busy.
I just ain't talked to him for a while. I don't want to ask, bro.
All right.
But hey,
Jerry at Shaboing Blank on Instagram.
Come on Saturday.
That's not gonna upload on Saturday, bro. When he sees this, it's already be like long after we talk about
whatever
this.
Saturday it is, just pull up.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we got the gist of everybody's film.
Mm-hmm.
Now, how is it going? We'll start with Jett. How was your film? Like, when did you start production?
What is it? May 1st. We started production middle April. Honestly, the scheduling and finding actors the longest part of production, I would say. But it's actually going not that bad. We're finishing, like Jesus, we're going to finish up this weekend on this Sunday, I believe. We're shooting today. So it's going pretty well. We've had our ups and downs. We've actually had some of our audio has corrupted.
Oh man.
So we got it back, luckily, but it was, and then we have to reshoot some parts. But besides that, it's going very smooth, I would say.
That's what's up. Okay. How's your production going?
So I think both of them know here. I have a lot to say about production.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
You gotta tone it down for the
geez.
public.
Nah, let it spill.
You gotta tone it down, you know.
So we are having some pretty big issues. We filmed for 2 days, probably a total of 11 hours. And when I got back to take a look at the footage and everything, our audio was too quiet.
Oh.
So we have to reshoot everything.
God. 11 hours?
11 hours of footage is pretty much gone.
Damn.
So we are planning to shoot today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And hopefully we can get everything done in time.
Good. That sounds like you guys might have a little bit of a plan. You think you can bounce back?
I think we can if we stick to the plan and everything goes well.
Right.
And I'm the editor, so in the end, I have to finish everything off and make sure everything goes according to plan.
The weight's just all on your shoulders.
Pretty much. Yeah. So I'm just going to push as hard as I can at the very end.
Heck yeah. So 2 editors, 1 director.
Yes.
Do you guys always do the jobs that you're doing right now, or do you specialize in anything else?
It depends on the project. Other projects I've worked on as a producer. Other projects I've also had to work on as cinematographer. But I say being director is my greatest strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Mine is like dual. Like you've seen, like I'm pretty much like both like audio and like editor.
Right.
Audio, not like audio in a certain sense, not like boom, but like
right.
you like production, audio production, and like audio
for sure.
sound design and stuff like that.
And you edit everything for broadcasting, everything.
I edit so much.
You're just an editor guy.
I'm like editing and stuff, but I was put as producer a couple of times, and that was not for me. It's generally like not for me.
Yeah.
And then I'm switching to editing, and that was like pretty much my greatest strength.
Hell yeah, that's what's up. What about you, Lucas?
So I'd say I pretty much specialize in editing. I know how to do most of the other jobs. I know how to do cinematographer. I know how to do audio and maybe some other stuff. But primarily I'm editing. I think part of it's just because I've been doing it for like 5-6 years.
Oh,
so
wow.
I've had, I think, more experience around editing.
Yeah.
Lucas, I got a question for you. Were you using what programs were you using before like pre-academy?
Before pre-academy, so I got lucky. My dad is he's a instructor at a school, so he was able to get a teacher's discount on the Adobe Creative Cloud.
Ooh.
So I got on Premiere Pro early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got on the good stuff early.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, dude. I was literally using like free phone apps for editing, dude. I'm being straight up. I have like what's it called, Power Director, or whatever it's called. I was using that for like straight like from fourth, I would say good from like 4th, 5th grade to like 7th grade. Then I switched to DaVinci for like a little bit. Then I switched to Premiere, and that's what I've been using ever since Premiere. I need to get back on DaVinci for coloring, dude.
Yeah, 5th, 6th grade, I've been editing on Premiere.
Explain that DaVinci for coloring. I want to hear more about it.
So DaVinci is really interesting for color. So unlike Premiere Pro, which you can change temperature, which changes the color. So you can either have a warm temperature, which is more orange,
right,
or you can have a cool temperature, which is more blue. Instead, what can go on is you can control specific colors and aspects. So you have your shadows. You can control the magenta color, the lime, the blue color, the green, the red, anything.
Yeah.
And you can't do that on...
You can't do it as well. You might be able to do it in Premiere, but I don't think it's as specific as you can in DaVinci.
No, DaVinci is comically like descriptive. You can pick like one thing, and then you could like do whatever the hell you want with it, and it's like really
it's like
sick.
Taking apart every single piece of the image, and you can edit every single piece of that in DaVinci.
Wow,
it's insane.
It sounds very like
it's insane.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're
if you don't know what you're doing,
much,
you're like
Just
well, yeah. I was thinking of coloring for my film, but I was like, that's gonna be way too much time, way too much like it's gonna be a toll on me, along with like the base edit that I have to deal with. So I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it this time. Probably like in the future, probably I would just get all the files and like not redo the film, but like like color it, make it like the definitive edition, like something like that.
Right.
But yeah.
See, I do want to ask about that. There are some problems going on with the editing. What's up with that? How are we gonna fix that?
It's just coloring. It's
just
genuinely
the color.
It's genuinely just coloring. Yeah, Hopper knows.
And he let you know it's just coloring. It has nothing to do with the camera or what?
Oh, camera stuff too. Yeah, it's both camera and color. So I think it might be mainly camera because I think Noah, our cinematographer, he's like cracked. He's like insane. And so as far what my friend Ben Martello has said, he said that it might be like ISO issue. Like he hasn't, like it's underexposed, and like a couple like the blacks on like a couple scene, like one scene, are like done for. You cannot bring them back up. They're like, it's straight up just black, and like you cannot raise it up. If you try raising it up, then it's just not gonna come back. Like the color's not gonna come back because it's already like underexposed to hell. But if it's like it's same thing, like if you overexpose it, then there's like a bunch of white, so you can't like bring it back down, and it's gonna be like hell. We have like overexposed issue with like one of our scenes, but it's not that drastic. But for our other scene, it's like a lot more drastic. I think we might reshoot it after this Saturday shoot, but it's still on like we're still discussing it, and so it's not like 100% guarantee, but it's pretty up there. I feel, in my opinion, it's like around like a 60% like possibility that we might reshoot that scene.
For sure. Dang, that was a lot to take in, but I do think. Okay, what did Noah say about the camera issues?
Noah hasn't. I think Noah's trying to fix it right now, but we brought it so Hopper could like help out with it, like because he know because so I want to go back on it. So he brought it in the red. He not right now as we're recording, but like he's gonna bring it in. He's gonna have like he's gonna have Hopper check like what's going on. It probably might be like him like accidentally like underexposing or overexposing like the image.
Something as simple as that.
Yeah, and then he just has to know, and like also it has to do with lighting. Like there's not enough light in like the
so
scene.
that was the bedroom scene.
Yeah, the bedroom scene. Okay, that sounds wrong by saying so bedroom scene. It sounds so wrong.
Yeah.
But like in this context, it's like his mom is talking to it. It's like the main character, this guy right here, and like she's like telling him what happened to you. You've been like a good kid, and yeah, that's pretty much the whole like scene. And so like, yeah, looking back from it, I think we could do a lot better with the lighting. But as far as what my group said earlier, it was like a total like hectic nightmare before then because we were trying to shoot. You guys are trying to shoot like the bathroom scene, right?
Yeah, and
okay, that sounds wrong too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But no, it was like very like so many technical issues. Like the what is that the little mic? It was taking forever
the Zoom
to format. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude, I hate dude. The Zoom is like I just turned it on immediately.
Yeah.
Like during the shoot, so like
it was bad. It took so long.
Like 20 minutes and
longer. I'm telling
Jesus
you, longer, bro.
Christ.
Maybe they just didn't do it until it was about to be there, but man, it took forever. It was so bad. But no. I want to ask you, Jett. So as a director, right?
Yeah.
What do you control? What like it's going to lead on to something. So just explain what you're doing.
Well, I haven't wrote the script. I didn't write the script.
Okay.
I read through it. I understand the story.
Right.
And I get my cinematographer. I get our sound design. I get storyboard. I just it's hard to when especially when it's not your story because I didn't write it. It's hard to like because I want to interpret it, but it's not my own.
Right.
You know? So I kind of have to work with Philip because he's the one with the script because I want to. It's his script, but I also want to make it like filmable in my vision, if that makes sense.
Right.
So it's a little hard to work with that, but we figured it out. So I'm always like just checking on cinematographers or audio and just trying to like see in my vision.
Yeah.
I don't want to sound selfish or anything.
No.
But that's how I want it to be.
No,
you know?
yeah, of course. You're
so
the director.
So I'm just checking on everyone, just trying to make sure it's.
So you want it to be more your vision rather than Philip's, although he wrote it, but you still want his input.
It's how do I say this? Yes, I want his input,
right?
But he trusts me. He trusts
me.
Of course. He understands, and he agrees with everything I do. He agrees with a lot of. Were you gonna say something?
I was about to, but keep going.
I'll finish. My bad. But yeah, he trusts me. He trusts me with all the decisions and changes I make, and we're all fine with this. So, I do take his input. I still ask him, hey, is this cool if I change it to this? If I do this, and he's cool with this. So I think we work well together.
That's what's up. So your vision is like, it's mainly you. Do you have any like inspo or like influences that you're taking and meshing together for the film?
Would you say from like, I'd say maybe from like the Interstellar a little. Okay. A lot of our story is like based on Interstellar.
Right, but so cinematographer wise, like, do you have any camera like shots or anything that you're trying to that you take from other films maybe?
From other films, we do. There are some shots from Martian that we do try to like insert because we are filming on another planet, so we want to shoot more wide shots, trying to show basically the planet and the kind of the new world, the new norm that he's on.
Right. Basically. Okay, that's cool. And So you didn't write it. The dialogue and all that. How's the script?
The script. Is it
like? Is it fluid? My bad, not fluent.
It's very hard. I'm not trying to like bash on Philip or anything. It's very hard to write dialogue.
Right. It always is.
And as I'm reading it, I'm looking at some stuff because we had to change some things. And in the story, our main astronaut Arlo has a sick daughter.
Oh.
And we're reading the script, and the daughter's basically talking like all this like basically how like a 14-year-old wouldn't talk, you know?
Oh.
So we have to like change that, and it's not. There's some parts in the script that we do have to change, and it's mainly just dialogue. But everything else besides the dialogue, it's the script itself is a good story. It's a good project, and I'm happy to work on it.
Can you spoil some of the story?
The story. Well, all right. Not gonna spoil it too much.
Yeah, not too much, but like let us hear a little bit about it.
Basically, Arlo, who's the main astronaut, he's a botanist. So NASA chose him and this other guy to go up to this new planet TRAPPIST to help restore it. Because everyone on Earth is sick and dying, and Earth itself is also dying.
Okay.
So
very interstellar-ish.
Very, very. So he has to leave his daughter, his sick daughter, which is a very emotional.
So she's sick.
She's like dying.
Damn. Oh well, yeah, just like the Earth. Okay.
Yeah. So he thinks he's gonna like find a cure for her on this new planet to help cure Earth. And when he's on that planet researching, he finds out that he's not really there to save her or save people. He's really there just to restore another planet. So they're basically just taking the healthy people and leaving the sick people behind.
Oh damn. Mm-hmm. That hits, man. That's tough. Mm-hmm. I like that though. That is very cool.
Yeah.
How you feel about it, Jesus?
It's really interesting. I kind of heard like some of the story plots, but I wasn't like really tapped in, you know.
Yeah.
But tapped.
that phrase works. I don't know.
Nah. Okay. All right. After hearing what Jett said, I think it's like a lot. There's like a lot more interesting like details and how. I'm pretty excited how it turns out. Mm-hmm. So let's take it over to Lucas, huh?
Yeah, Lucas. Do you have anything, about the plot that you would like to speak on?
About the plot?
So although you have.
Yeah, I've already kind of talked about like the main premise. Mm-hmm. I'd say one part that would be interesting to kind of go on is what makes them kind of break apart. It's shown visually too.
So were they friends when they started?
Yeah, so they're supposed to be seen as like best friends. Like they hang out with each other. They both like the same girl. Like that's kind of the dynamic we're going for. That's what like makes it interesting.
Can I? Okay, you did say the ending, so I'm gonna ask this: do they ever decide like if one of them gets a girl, or they're just like hell nah, none of us?
They just decide to get over her. And
that's lame. I want one of them to like kill the other one. You know what I'm saying?
Like a full on. Well. So an interesting part is they're supposed to think of a way, how do we impress this girl?
Right.
So the cool answer is like, a skateboard. We'll ride a skateboard in front of her.
Hell yeah.
So by getting a specific skateboard for my cousin, it's split in half.
Oh.
But I'm not sure what it's called, like the grip, the top part.
Yeah.
It's still connected. So we're going to duct tape it. They're going to be fighting over the skateboard. Because they're going to be like, well, who gets to ride the skateboard in front of her first? So you start fighting over it, and then it splits.
Oh, my God. These guys
It's a literal split in their friendship with a skateboard.
These guys are
figuratively splitting.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah.
Like you're literally splitting the friendship, and it's like, why are we doing this? Like,
yeah. Mm-hmm. I like that. That's actually tough.
It's a good metaphor.
You got it's very thought out. I can tell. I like that. That's very cool. So we talked a lot about the films you guys are making right now.
My bad.
How about we talk about the academy itself? Because obviously, if you weren't in the academy, you wouldn't be making the films at all. So speak a little bit on your guys' experience with the academy, like the ups and downs of it, just junior year alone.
Just junior?
Either of you.
Junior. Junior year, I think, at least my junior year, I think I really, it's going to sound corny, I really shined. I really broke through.
Of course.
My sophomore freshman year, I wasn't locked in. This junior year though, I've actually won an award.
Oh,
I've won it for first place for my short film "Message from the Stars," which you can watch on my YouTube channel, Blackstone Productions.
I'm gonna definitely watch that now.
Thank you. But I won first place for that, and I was very proud. I was very proud of that, and I've also kept that energy. I've also made a short documentary called "We the Immigrants," which is about immigrants and their journeys to America. It's very. You asked about the downs. The downside is like it's very time consuming. Like this takes like a lot of my schedule and of my time, but it's cool because I enjoy doing it. I'm happy to be in the academy. Not really much downs, I would say though.
That's good. Yeah. So there's a lot of positives.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you plan to go with filmmaking, if anywhere?
With filmmaking, like at a job,
Perhaps maybe a job. Maybe it just changes your character. You know, your workflow even.
Oh, has it? If it's changed my workflow at all?
Yeah, has it?
It has. It definitely has. As working in groups and trying to make a film coming together, it helped me learn how to teamwork, learn how to kind of how to direct people,
right?
To do to help contribute on a project. It's helped a lot. It's helped a lot in my workflow, and it helped a lot in my life, I'd say.
Hell yeah. That's what's up. All right, ups and downs junior year. Let's hear about it.
So I think it's a little interesting because the teacher switched our sophomore year.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit interesting.
I miss Miss Aber. I don't care what anybody says.
What?
I loved Miss Aber with my whole heart. She was the shiz, man. Yeah.
See how
those who know. Those who
know.
She did not.
What? She didn't like you?
I'm like, actually, nah. I don't want to speak bad about her, but we didn't see eye to eye.
Yeah, just say yes, respectfully.
Respectfully.
Yeah.
Respectfully, she.
All right.
Yeah.
I was a very big fan.
Yeah. So
personally,
compared to Hopper's a really good teacher.
Yeah,
especially
of course.
with how he got us access to the dual enrollment program over at Fresno City College.
Oh wow.
That's huge. We don't just get to learn film. We also get college credits in our academy.
Wow.
Which for us is junior year, but is now being for freshmen.
Whoa.
So it's being offered like freshmen. You start off with this academy learning most of what you're supposed to know for filmmaking.
Wow, that's actually insane.
Yeah,
really
compared to
nice,
our freshman year, it's literally our first semester junior year is literally a freshman class only because they never offered it our freshman year. And I'm telling you right now, it's an insane jump. This is our skill level freshman year. And this is the freshman skill level freshman year.
Oh man. It's
considerably a lot higher. And it's really helpful with a lot of students learning about not color grading, lighting, the basics.
You're learning about the important pieces that go into filmmaking.
Yeah. That's pretty much what freshman year. It's comically elevated, dude. It's not even a joke, dude.
It's completely different from what we learned freshman
If
year.
if we had the same teacher from freshman year, I think we wouldn't even progress as talent. We wouldn't even progress even that much than we do now. So
that's a big take to say. I mean, I'm not saying I disagree, but that's a big take to say.
No, that's genuinely my opinion.
It's just Hopper has a different vision for you guys.
Yeah, he has a lot of different vision. It also helped with our sophomore year with us being in Wada's class. Mm-hmm. So that also helped with our progression as filmmakers and stuff. So,
heck yeah.
Well, if we go off of what we learned in freshman year too, it was primarily editing.
Yeah, it's primarily a lot more editing based.
Oh yeah, because Abear's an editor.
That's what I think was different. Is Abear was an editor, so she focused a lot on editing.
Right.
And technically taught the basics of camera work.
Yeah.
But that was really it.
No ND filter stuff.
No audio.
Mm-hmm. We had to learn low key. I think we had to learn audio by ourselves.
We did, because if you remember, she said if you need help with audio, go to Johannan.
Yeah.
That's what she told us. And so what ended up happening was they didn't turn out as good as what if I had to guess what these freshmen and sophomores are coming out.
Yeah,
with
I haven't even seen like any of like what the freshmen
That
or sophomores.
interests me. Now I must see it.
Yeah, I haven't even seen like anything from the freshmen or sophomores, but I know I'm being so serious. I actually still have like access to like our freshman like year content. I still have access.
Oh yeah, we do.
I still have access to it. I have it saved in my folder on Google. I can literally bring it out.
Oh
Like,
man,
dude, it's like horrific, like night and day difference
Yeah.
from.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Way different.
Well, thank you guys for speaking with us today.
Yeah.
I wish we had more time to talk about more and more, but I'm pretty sure we need to be shutting it down soon. I don't know what time it is. How about we check? But we should have been done a while ago.
What time is it?
12:30.
Yikes. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for
You're
coming.
welcome. Thank you.
Speaking about your films, I am excited to watch all of them. It was
Your
very
showcase.
Yeah.
showcase.
Oh, I am
May
gonna be
29th.
there.
May 29th.
May 29th. be
The
there.
Fox
There
Theater.
you go.
Yeah.
All right.
May 29th.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
All right.
All right.
Boom. It was never. Okay. Jesus Christ.